Hi everybody. So we're doing Sunday's video and I'm going to go ahead and do a necklace. I have some beads I've been dying to use, which are these here. And I got these on Temu. And they are glass beads. But I can't tell you what they're called because I don't remember. And I took them out of their packaging and took them off the string, so I can't help with that. So I can't connect you to those, and I don't connect people to Temu anyway. So these other ones I'm using are put my glasses on. These are the Czech glass beads round. They're the 6mm Drux in opaque luster, and these are from Beadaholic. I'll go ahead and drop a link down there in description. Just hit more, and that will get you your links. I've got some trumpets out. I've got some little flower bee caps. I don't know if I'm going to use those yet. I'm going to be using a magnetic clasp. I've got 2 wire guards and 2 crimp beads out. And the crimp beads are cheap ones, and sometimes they break on me, so I've got extras just sitting on the side here in case I need them. Okay. I made a focal point for this necklace. And if you're not sure how to do that, I made one on one of my other projects. I believe it was my Christmas bracelet. So if y'all click on that, you'll be able to see how to make a focal point. And it's just a little dangle. Got a couple of keys on it. And I've got my beads first half laid out so I could kind of get an idea of how I was going to bead this up. As always, I'm using bead bugs because that will keep my beads from going over the edge. And I'm using Beadalong Wildfire. It's really good beading wire. It's thermally bonded bead weaving thread. So it's not going to break easily because it's made for doing the weaving, which I'm still trying to learn. So look for those videos in a future date. And I've got about 30 inches of that. I'm not going to use the whole thing, but I want to give myself room to put my my clasp on and have room to work with. And if I can get a hold of this, I've got a beading needle here. I need to get some different sizes in these, but this is what I have for now, and it's a claspable one. So it'll go through your beads. So I'm just going to put my wire through that. My beading string. When I'm working with something this long, I like to have my needle. Okay, so we're going to work the first side of it, which is what I have laid out. And then I just counted out the beads I need for the rest of it. So this is 15 of these beads, so I've got 30 altogether that I need. I've got 30 of the little drops, so about 60 in total. And I've got on my focal point, I've got white pearl and silver. So I'm going to work some small white pearls in on the strand just to tie that in. And okay, so that's what we're doing. Let's get it started. We're just going to pick up our beads. And when you're using a long needle, you don't even have to let it drop right away. Just fill your needle up, then let those drop. Just kind of random grab the drops for the colors. I just kind of want to randomize that. I don't want a pattern and colors for that. If I can see the hole and get it in that hole. Alright, so you can see I'm loading up my needle. You might be able to see if I get it into the camera. Sorry guys. And I'm just going to let that drop down. And we'll do a few more. Let's scoot that out from the edge so I can get the hole. Just knocked that one right off there, didn't I? I'll let them slide down a little bit. There's one of the white pearls to tie in the dangle. I have to hold these stills because I have a bad habit of just knocking them all around and not getting it through the hole. Okay, we're just going to let all those drop. Here, let me get you in camera again. Let me bring this up a little bit because I'm having trouble staying in camera as I'm doing this. Alright, so there's the rest of those. We're just going to let those drop. And this is what we've got so far. So I'm going to just keep on working on this and I'll come back when I'm ready to do the focal point. So I've got this part all strung up and we're ready for that focal point. Now that's the center of your necklace where your dangle is going to be. You just want it to stand out a little bit. So I'm going to take 2 of the drops. And I'm using 2 dark ones. I just kind of want that to stand out in the middle. And I'm going to do 1 pearl. And this is a larger pearl than what I put on the strand part. I'm going to drop my focal point on there. I'm going to, hope you all can see. Hope I'm in camera. Here, let me move over. Sorry guys. So I've got 2 of the dark ones on here. I've got the pearl. I've got my dangle. And then I'm going to take another pearl. Now the pearls I used to string on here on the main part of the necklace were 6mm. These are 8mm just to make them a little bigger. And then I'm going to put 2 more of the dark 6mm drops. And you've got your focal point and your dangle. And we're just going to let that drop on down. I want to hold this up because I want to make sure this is facing right. I may need to put a jump ring there, but I think it's okay. Once it lays against the body, it's going to look just fine. I really like those 2 little keys. And if you're wondering why I don't link to Temu, there's a few reasons. One of them being that I've noticed lately, I've been using them about a year, their quality's gone down. I get a lot of damaged goods from them lately, and their prices are going up. So they're not much different from Amazon on prices unless you can catch a sale. But here lately, every time they advertise a sale, when I go in, everything I want is sold out. So there's that. And there's also that their inventory changes so quickly that it's really hard to link anybody to anything I use from there, because a lot of times it's just not available anymore, or it's sold out, or whatever the case may be. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do what I was doing on the other side, and I'm going to do one of these pretty little blue glass beads, and I don't want too dark of a dark right now because I've got the other one. The focal point's got dark ones, so I'm going to put a light one here. I know my hands are in the way, but like I said, if I don't hold on to them, they just scoot right away from me. So we're going to do that. We're just going to do another one of these. I really do love the look of these glass beads. And I know they're a little bit more spring, summer looking, but I really wanted to work with these today. Just going to take 2 random ones. That just fell off here. Wow. Hey, let's try that again. I wanted to build my needle up a little bit and then let them drop, but it didn't want to do that, did it? Okay, so we're going to take another one of these. I'm going to do 2, 1 drop and 1 of the pearls, which is, I think they're plastic because they're getting staticky and sticking to me. And the glass ones just don't do that. Okay, so we've got those on there. We'll just let those drop. Guys, I'm going to keep doing this, and I will be back when I'm ready to show you how to do the clasp. Alright guys, so this is where we want to make sure we have the same bead count, the same length, everything's done properly. So we're going to start from the focal and our centerpiece here. And we're just going to make sure that we have the same amount of sets. We've kept the pattern going. We didn't miscount any. So that's looking good. It's looking like it's going to be the same length. They'll take up the same amount of space. As long as you have the same ones. And I'm going to do a real quick count on the larger beads. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's just to make sure I have the same amount there. Okay, so I've got 15 on each one. I've got 2 of the drops between each one, or a drop and a pearl. And my focal point matches down correctly. So we're good. And now we are ready to put on our clasp. I'm going to take off one of my bead stoppers, or little bead bugs, whatever you want to call them, either way. Heard them called both. And I'm going to take one of these. It's going to be hard for you to see it. This is a wire guard. And I know you're not going to be able to see this, but it's U-shaped, and then it's got a hole on either side. Again, I got these from Temu. You can get them on Amazon. You can do just about any place that has beading supplies. So you want to take that through one. Oh wait, I forgot to put my crimp bead on. And your crimp bead is what's going to stop that. Stop your beads from moving and keep it where it belongs. So that's just a little cylinder piece. Again, it's going to be really tiny and hard for you to see, but I'll bring it up there. That's just a little cylinder piece. And what you're going to do is you're going to slide one of these down to your beads. Then you're going to take your wire guard and you're going to go in one end around the little horseshoe part of it. You're going to flip it over, and you want to take your wire or your thread or whatever you're using, and you're going to put it through the other side. Now, once you've done that, you want to take this wire. Oh, where'd it go? Did it go? No, there it is. I lost it, guys. You want to take this beading string, wire, whatever you're using, and you want to go back through well, that's what happened. Okay. It went around my wire guard. I couldn't figure out why it was already on that side. Okay. Let's get it down off my wire guard. This part's a little fiddly, guys. I won't lie to you. But it's an important step. The wire guard will help to keep the wire rubbing against your clasp, against the neck, from getting caught on things. It'll just keep it from breaking. You want to pull that all the way through nice and secure. Once you've got it back through, so it's through your crimp bead, around your wire guard, and back through your crimp bead. And then I usually take it back through beads, but I don't have it through there right now. Then you're going to take your crimp pliers, and you can see there's notches there. That very first one where they meet in the front, that's what you're going to use for crimping. So you're going to line that up, and you're going to crimp it, and what it's going to do is it's going to create two channels in your crimp bead. So you want to make sure your wires going through there aren't crossed, because you want them each to have their own channel. Okay. Once you've done that, that part that meets is what you're going to use next. And you're going to go in. And this is fiddly because it's hard to do this and you don't want to catch your bead. And you're just going to close that up. Okay, and of course as soon as I said that I got it crimped. Okay, so if you're properly crimped, you can pull on it and it's not going to move. And that's what you want. Because you don't want anything sliding around. You don't want your beads sliding around. You want it to stay where you have it and not have gaps between your beads. Now I'm going to take this wire and or beading string, just going to work it through a couple of these beads back through it, just to give it a little extra strength, if I can get it through there. If not, not a big deal, but I really would like to get it through there. There we go. I'm going to stick that back with my beading needle, see if that'll make it a little bit easier to get that through those beads. And also I'll do this because I don't like to clip it too close to where I just did that. I don't want it to, I want to accidentally clip it too close and have it come apart. And I'm glad these needles are bendy, hoping I don't break it. Okay, I'm just going to take it back through the 3 of them. Pull it through. And also, if it breaks, which it shouldn't, but you never know. If it breaks, it'll give you a little bit of extra stringing wire or thread to fix it. So we're just going to go ahead and snip that off there by the bead. And that'll hide itself up inside the bead. And that is one side. And I forgot to put my clasp on. Oh, goodness. I should have put that onto the wire guard, and I did not. So we're going to get a jump ring. We'll just do it a little bit different. We're going to take little ones, the smallest one we can use. That may be too small. Okay, we'll just grab 2 of those. We'll just do it a little different today. open this up. Remember, guys, let me get back in the camera for y'all. Remember, always twist, never pull when you're opening your jump rings so you don't distort the shape. You're going to put one side of your magnetic clasp on there. Now, the fun part of working with these is they're going to stick to your pliers. So it makes it a little bit harder just because if you got to move your pliers, well, that's going to move with you. Okay, so we're going to take the jump ring. We've got it through one side of our magnetic clasp. The other side goes through our wire guard. And we're going to go ahead and close that up. Make sure it's closed really well and secure. And now you've got one half of your clasp done. We're going to do the same thing on the other side, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so there you have it. We have a necklace with a magnetic clasp. I like these with arthritis. It's really hard for me to do the lobster claw clasp anymore. And I know a lot of people who have the same problem, even if they don't have arthritis. They're not always easy to do behind your back where you can't see them. Okay, so this is the finished product and how it looks. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and leave me a comment down below if you liked what you saw or have any suggestions. And as always, have a great week, and I'll see you soon.